Hey guys, LuckyHD here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, this is something that I've wanted to go over for a long time, partially due to me forgetting it, and the other part of me, it just with everything going on, Halloween update, everything that came after Sephiroth City, I haven't really got, the time to talk about it. So, in today's video, we're going to be talking about if a Protogon is a furry. Yes, that's the level of content that we are currently at on the LuckyHD channel. Make sure you go down there, hit the subscribe button, like the video, turn on the little bell, and yeah, let's get straight into the video. Alright, don't click off the video yet, okay? This video actually has some good reasoning to it. So, Protogon, the roaming introduced inside of Sephiroth City, it's this big old, tall, robotic, I don't even know, what would you call it? It's just a robot with a gun, I think, or like a flamethrower on one hand, and then a regular hand on another. I'm pretty sure it was designed by Bobbin Kotzen, if I'm not mistaken, and all around, it's just a pretty cool Loomian, I like the entire theme of just having a robot, built by somebody, be an actual roaming. It's got a really cool Corrupt and a really cool Gleam or Alpha and Gamma. So yeah, Protogon, pretty interesting. I think it is a pure metal type. I'm pretty sure. So you might be asking, LuckyHD, where does this whole furry thing come from? Well, this was actually a couple months ago. I was, kind of doing this little theory thing that I don't know if I will upload or not. It was basically an entire theory about, Mutagon and Protogon, and if there is going to be, other versions of them, like more of the Gon species. So, while I was doing, my research with my friends, we stumbled across this thing, with them accidentally spelling a Protogon as Protogen. Yes, all you gotta do is go into Google and type in Protogon, but instead of the O, you type in an E. And upon doing that, you are met with a lot of interesting stuff, and it basically is, to my knowledge, a robotic furry. So, it's a robotic furry, and, there is kind of a pretty decent similarity when you look at something like Protogon. Now, we look at Protogon, right? It's got the little tiny visor, and you look back at Protogen, it's also got a visor. It's a lot bigger, sure, but obviously, I don't think they just want to have, like, a Protogen in the game, and it's just, like, literally a furry. Like, it's just a furry, that's it. Like, I think they would at least want to, spice it up a little bit, change it up. But there is some things that we can actually look at it, we can see the little thing on its head. Are those ears? I mean, I'm just saying, realistically, you look at it, right? What else would those things be on its head? I mean, of course, they could just be part of the design, but to me, those look like ears. Those look like some cat or dog ears, which leads me to believe, was Dr. Vanta a furry? Did Dr. Vanta have his own fursona? These are questions that we need to ask here on the LuckyHD channel to progress forward as a society. Because, what if Dr. Vanta was a furry? What does that mean for the Loomian legacy story? What does that mean for the plot? Will one day, we're fighting one of Dr. Vanta's little, like, minions and stuff, and then finally, it's like the end of the game, we go into his room, and he just turns into a furry and just starts, like, attacking us, right? Like, it's just the final boss fight. He just turns into, like, this giant furry robot and tries to, like, explode Rory or something. I don't know, bro. I'm just saying, it's definitely a possibility. And if he is a furry, then that does explain why some of the characteristics of Protogon are cat or dog-like. Now, we can also, just keep looking back at Protogens, they look a lot like Protogon. I'm gonna put one up on screen that I think looks kind of the most like it. We got this right here. It's got the little two, like, lines on its legs. You look at Protogon. What does it have? Two little lines on its legs. Wait, as I'm editing this, I just realized, are we not gonna talk about the fact that Protogon has a tail? Protogon literally has a tail. Like, a tail coming off of its back that is... What would a robot need a tail for? What purpose would a robot need a tail coming out of its back for? What would it need it for? I'm so confused. Why would Protogon have a tail unless if it's not a furry, or unless it's a furry? I don't, oh dear lord. Okay, so with everything that we've gone over, you know, between, you know, Protogon's ears, Protogon's tail, Protogon's little leg line things, I think that it is pretty apparent that Protogon was based off of a Protogen. And, you know, even going into the names, right? Protogon, Protogen, it's literally one letter off from each other. Now, of course, you know, me personally, I don't have anything against, you know, furries and stuff. Be what you want to be. LuckyHD does not really care. But with that said, I think that it is pretty interesting because, I mean, as I think if you guys have been, you know, seeing some of the stuff that devs post, some of the devs, you know, are, you know, well, I'm not gonna say furries, but they do occasionally draw furry artwork. So I definitely do think that Protogon's design was definitely inspired by a Protogen. I think that, you know, there's no doubting that. I realistically think that there is no doubting that Protogon was based off of a Protogen. And of course, you know, I could literally be completely 100% wrong, and this could only, you know, be proven realistically by the person who created it, by the developers. So, if Bob and Kotzen wants to come out and say that, you know, Protogon was based off of a Protogen, or that Protogon wasn't based off of a Protogen, I will gladly, you know, eat my words and say that it was or wasn't. So, yeah. Definitely a really interesting video. You know, it really makes you kind of think, like, what other Loomians have been based off of, you know, just like certain things in general, you know, like you look at stuff, I don't know, maybe like, Protogon, right? What was Protogon based off of? Is Protogon based off of another, you know, kind of furry thing? If I do decide to upload that one video talking about the whole Protogon theory, there actually is a really interesting backstory that I will get into for Protogon. But yeah, this video has definitely been a roller coaster. I don't really know what to say. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you guys think that, you know, Protogon was based off of a furry? Do you guys think that Protogon is a furry? Do you guys think that Dr. Vanta is a furry, and then at the end of the game, we're gonna have to fight his giant robotic dog suit, and then he just, I don't know, starts throwing more furries at us? I don't know. This entire thing is just a mess. But yeah, that was the entire video. Definitely a really interesting one. If you guys do want to, go down there, hit the subscribe button for more really interesting theories, just like this one. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video with, hopefully a more interesting theory or something of equal value. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.